So you've got yourself organised, you've worked out that the whole thing at university is totally different to school, and now you're going along to your first lecture and your first tutorial. Well, all your classes will be totally different to school. Forget school, that system has gone. As you saw in the first video, the whole way of doing things is totally different. In a lecture, you're going to get 200-300 people. They're not all going to be able to ask all the questions, so don't expect to be able to ask questions like, no, I didn't understand that, can you go over that again? That's not going to work. But you are going to be able to ask those sorts of questions in the tutorials. And tutorials are small groups of people who get together to go through a particular topic. So when you go along to the lecture, what do you need to take with you? You've got to be prepared. Well, you've got to work out what you need to know for that lecture. At school, you just turn up and the teacher did whatever the teacher did. But at university, you'll be expected to prepare before the lecture, to check out the things that you're going to cover in general, so you've got an idea of what the topic is about. Obviously, you don't have to cover everything that's in the lecture. There'd be no point in the lecture. But you have to get an idea of what's going to happen, so that you can start to fit in the things that your lecturer is explaining to you into the bits that you've now understood. So you need to do homework before the class, not just after. When you go to the lecture, you need to listen and you need to write, or nowadays type. You're quite welcome to bring in laptops, digital recorders, all that sort of thing, but make sure that your lecturer knows that that's happening beforehand. Most of us don't care what you bring in. Just listen and make sure that you get the general gist of what's going on. After the lecture, make sure that you write up your notes properly and you file it intelligently. So, for example, you might type it all into an Evernote, or you might add items to Zotero, where your lecturer said, oh, and you may want to read this particular source. When you go along to the tutorials, you'll be able to discuss this material. And this material will be gone through in detail with everybody. Now, not everybody has the same sort of experiences in the past. So some people will ask what to you may seem like a stupid question. Respect the views of others. Everybody will be coming at the topic from a different point of view, and at some point your question, your genuine question, will sound silly to them. But that's fine. University allows you to ask all sorts of questions, explore all sorts of issues, and maybe at the end of the day say, oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, your way is a better way than mine. That's part of the university process. The tutorials are there to help you internalise the content. So you need to respect the needs of others when you're in a tutorial. Do not speak over them. Let everybody finish their point, and do not waffle yourself. It's not a case of, look, I've got the stage and you've all got to listen. If you've got something valid to say it. Feel free to make any point you like, but respect the views of others.